a very late video, but if you did not know, I went to the California Classic. I believe this is the 5th annual one. I went to the 3rd annual one, and that was pretty good. The link to the video should be here, in like one of those little tabs. But I just got to watch all of these games in person, so we're gonna go over my thoughts. So, if you didn't know, there were 6 teams this time instead of the usual 4. The Miami Heat, Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs, Charlotte Hornets, Golden State Warriors, and of course, the Sacramento Kings. So, the first game we have is Miami Heat versus Los Angeles Lakers. The Heat, last time I went, there was Max Strus and Omer Yurtseven, and they are both NBA players, like, in the league right now. So, I think that is really cool. I got to see Nikola Jovic. He obviously played good. And Drew Smith, I saw him last time. I don't know if he'll ever make the league, but, you know, I saw him here. Orlando Robinson, I don't know about you guys, but that just sounds like a name that the Heat are going to turn into a playoff piece. That and Taylor Funk. There were a couple guys, Jamari Bouye or something, Chase Aduji, and Caleb Daniels. These guys all played. Nikola Jovic, obviously the best player there, except for Jaime Jaquez Jr. I believe he grew up around the Sacramento area, so we all gave him a round of applause in that. But he was hooping this game, not so much the next game he played, but that's okay. And the Heat basically took control and never looked back. And the Lakers, they only really had one good dude this game, I feel like, which was Max Christie. He looked really good in both games, I believe. Scottie Pippen Jr., it says he's on the roster, but I swear to God, he did not play at all. So, I don't know. I don't quite think that he... I don't know where he is, but whatever. Yeah, Shafino. I think Shafino could be good. Terrible volume, but I think he could be good. And this game, kind of boring. Not gonna lie, it was a blowout for most of it. As you can see, they won by 17. So, yeah, not very interesting at all. My favorite player this game was probably Christie. I had fun watching him. And Jaime, he looked good. I think he'll be really good in the future. So the next game, this one, I was looking forward to this, and then a few days before, they said Victor Wembanyama is not going to play in the California Classic because he's a coward. Sucks. Anyways, I have now devoted my life to Victor Wembanyama hating. So, since he didn't want to play here, now I don't have to want him to be good. Anyways, Miller okay, Miller was playing horrible until the 4th quarter. He basically played bad for 3 straight quarters. He had like 6 fouls in the first half, and a lot of them, like the rest, were picking on him. But a story real quick. I was sitting there. I like Miller based off of the interviews and stuff. I know I said Scoot is the obvious pick, but I still like Miller. And I felt bad for him. But, what is it? I think he got booed because he missed 2 free throws, I believe? Or was it 1 free throw? Something like that. He missed a free throw after, like, struggling the entire game, and everyone started booing. So I'm like, alright, I need to step my game up and start cheering for him. And this guy behind me, he kept yelling, "You suck, Miller, retire," and all this other stuff. So I just started screaming Miller time every time he had the ball. And you know, it just, I don't know. It was kind of frustrating to watch, but I'm so glad he put it together in the last quarter. We'll get into the next game later on. But, no one really played good. This was a blowout from the start. It was like, I don't know, it was like 30-10 at one point. It was horrible. But, the Spurs, yeah, I learned that they aren't that good. They were just really hot this night. Let's see if we can find the Oh, it felt like they hit more threes. Okay, wait. In the first half, they were crazy hot. Let's see if I can just get the first half. Yeah, look, 48%, almost 40% from three. Yeah. And as you can see, the Hornets were not that. So, and they were winning by 26. And was it? Hornets tried to close it, and they made it still look bad. But that's besides the point. We'll talk more about each team once we get to the second batch of games. But the last one, Warriors versus Kings. This was the best game of the night because this one was actually close basically the whole way through. I liked mainly what I saw from Keegan, which obviously he was a playoff player. He was like probably the third or fourth best player in the playoffs for us. Jordan Ford looked good. I likewise. And Colby Jones, he looked good. Nimi Escada, I liked it, but also he kind of, I don't know. He wasn't that great on defense this game, but we'll go into each player more later on. And the Warriors, Santos, Quiones, and who else? I think it was, Podziemski or whatever. Those guys, I think those are the three best players, so I look forward to seeing that more. This guy, he didn't play, but that's because I believe he signed a 4-year deal midway through the second batch of games. So let's just get to the second batch real quick. Alright. Obviously 4th of July happened. If you didn't watch that video I made about patriotism, you know, you should watch it anyways. Kendrick Davis. The Warriors, I'm thinking Quiones played good, obviously. Santos played really good. I think he's actually going to crack the roster. I think those three actually have a good chance at either getting two ways or cracking the roster. I don't follow the Warriors like that much, so I don't know how many roster spots they have available. But I could see him cracking the roster. And they took care of the Hornets fairly easily. Brandon Miller, okay. This performance was not as bad as when I was watching it in person. This dude, okay, look, see, he got 7 assists because he's the only guy on the court that knows how to dribble a basketball, apparently. So the coach is like, what if we used him as a playmaker? So they're kind of forcing this poor rookie to go playmake for them, even though that's not his strength, because he's the only guy like that has talent to make the league or belongs in the league. And he got doubled a lot. And eventually Golden One started cheering for him every time he had the ball because we just wanted him to succeed. And 8 fouls, I can promise you there were 4 of them that were just wrong. One, his teammate pushed the guy into Miller and Miller got the foul call. Or it got called on him. So I just felt bad. Amari Bailey, I think he was their best player this game. I remember hearing his name a lot. Nick Smith Jr., pretty good. James Bouknight, not good. Kai Jones, he didn't play good last game, it felt like, but this one it felt like he did good. Oh yeah, he also dunked on Wembanyama later on, but I'm gonna talk about Wemby after tonight's game, so we'll get into that later. Basically, what I've heard from Hornets fans is they basically never have a plan, so that's pretty funny. They kind of just throw the ball out there, and they have like no game plan at all. It's pretty hilarious, but yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they could just bring LaMelo in just to pass the ball to Miller, but I don't know about that. Anyways, the Warriors, good. I should mention I sat right in front of Warriors fans. These guys were happy that Poole was traded. I don't know why. They're all like, oh, how do you feel about Poole being gone? They seem so happy, like if he was a terrorist on their organization. Like, you don't win that last championship without him. But that's besides the point. Okay, also I should mention the last game for the Hornets. The Golden One, I have beef with you because you guys advertise these awesome burgers, and then when I go, you guys ran out of burgers. So I had to wait like 30 minutes for you guys to restock. Why would you run an advertisement for something you ran out of? Okay, that's besides the point. Oh yeah, also, what's his name? Where is he? Wherever. Jace Johnson. Yeah, I can assure you he is not making the league. Anyways, that's enough about the Warriors and Hornets. Julian Champagnie for the Spurs, he kind of stole the show, it felt like. He had like 21 points in the first half, I believe. Or somewhere around there. He had like 16 in the first quarter. It was crazy. But him and then Malachi Branham, he also cooked. And I believe Wesley was doing good as well. So those three were basically just carrying the Spurs, as you could see. The next highest only had 7 points. So the Lakers, it was Max Christie, Swider, and Castleton. Those guys were... Oh, yeah, and Shafino. See, this is one. I said Shafino looks good. If I was the Lakers, I would... Obviously, Max Christie is on the roster. I'd probably give Shafino a two-way. And, yeah, those are the only two I remember. Oh, yeah, Figueroa, he was pretty good last time. Maybe that's why he didn't play this time. But on the Spurs, Champagnie and I think Branham, those two should be able to crack the roster. The Spurs are not very good this year. So, yeah, you should just get them some run. Those are my thoughts on the Spurs players. And lastly, we are here, which is... Oh, yeah, some guy said the Spurs have no bench, which, looking at it, it was true. They only had 3 guys scoring, so that's besides the point. I mentioned everyone cheered when Miller scored. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. But last game, I think the Kings won this pretty easily. I have to mention, the refs were horrible. Like, they got worse as the games went on. I don't know how it peaked on the first day, the first game, but the refs just kept getting worse and worse. This one was horrible. Neemias Queta got smacked in the face like twice. Neither were called a flagrant. One was deliberate. And it looked like street ball out there. Also, the Miller one, obviously. And Nikola Jovic, he's the only guy that I was like scared of, basically, because I was rooting for the Kings, obviously. Jaquez did not do too good in front of the home crowd this time. And let's see. Jamal Cain, he did okay. Basically, if you watch this game, the only one you would think that would make the roster is Jovic. You would not think Jaime was it not lottery pick, first round pick. So yeah, not a good game from the Heat overall. I believe, I don't know, I forgot who was coaching that. But the Kings, Keegan, 41 points. That was crazy. Efficient shooting as well. It felt like every time he shot at 3, it was going to go in. Now, you may be wondering why is Keegan in the Summer League? He was really good last year. Well, they wanted to give him some run because they want him to develop into the 3rd star so they don't have to go out and sign someone, basically. So, if Fox or Sabonis went out, he needs to be able to create his own shot because most of his shots last year were off of handoffs and passes. Queta looked mid in the first half, but very, very good in the second. He showed off post moves I did not know he had, and he had big dunks, and he was aggressive in the second half. I really liked it, and great on defense. Keon Ellis, I like what I've seen from him so far. I really wish Kessler Edwards would develop more offensively. That's what I'm going to be looking for in the Summer League, because his defense is really good. If he could just like knock down a corner 3 or 2, or just become like a corner sitter, that's basically all we need from him. Colby Jones, also good. I feel like the game looked better than the box score. Jordan Ford, he also, like this game he was bad, but in general he has looked pretty good this Summer League. So on the Kings, I believe we have one more 2-way or something. Let me see if I can find it, but I would give Ford a 2-way. And let's see. Ford, another. I'd give Ford the two-way. Kessler's already on the team. Let's see. I'm trying to figure it out. Ellis and Keita, they gotta come back, obviously. So these three mainly. Just bring these three back because everyone else on the roster is already on the roster. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Summer League. If you live around the Sacramento area or just anywhere in California and feel like taking a trip, I would recommend going. It's a lot of fun if you just like watching basketball and you don't really care if there's big names. But yeah, I would strongly suggest it. I'll probably go to the next one or however many they have in Sacramento. So make the trip up. But leave a like and subscribe. I'll be covering more Summer League, mostly the rookies like Wembanyama, Miller, and the Thompson twins. Mostly those guys. And more content. I'm going to try to upload like 4 videos a week at least. So yeah. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.